How's it going, guys? This is Daniel, this is Dragoncrafts. We are back with a new video after quite some time. It's been months that I haven't uploaded a new video. I know, I'm sorry guys, but doesn't matter now. Here we are, new video and a new deck profile for you, which as you can see we have the Winged Dragon of Ra deck profile. I've been trying to build this deck for quite some time now, so now I have the cards and I can finally show you my Winged Dragon of Ra deck build. So yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, for the monster cards we run 3 copies of the Winged Dragon of Ra. This is the strongest monster that we're going to play in this deck. This is the boss of the deck. All the deck is built around this deck. We will have 2 main objectives in this deck. First of all, to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra as soon as possible, and the second is to clear the board from the opponent so we can go for a definitive OTK, which the cards in this deck will help this to make it happen. For you guys who don't know, the Winged Dragon of Ra can't be special summoned and must be tribute summoned by tributing 3 monsters. The summon can't be negated, and when summoned, cards and effects cannot activate, which at this point it would be really a solid card on board when he's summoned. Also, when he's normally summoned, you can pay life points so that you have only 100 left, and the attack and defense of this card become the amount of life points you paid. Also, you can pay 1000 life points to target and destroy 1 monster your opponent controls. Also, 3 copies of Winged Dragon of Ra Sphere Mode. You guys already know what this card does. It's a very powerful card. We're playing Winged Dragon of Ra, of course, so we definitely have to play Sphere Mode. If you give it to your opponent and you manage to get it back during the end phase of the opponent's turn, then you can tribute Sphere Mode to summon the Winged Dragon of Ra straight from your deck with 4000 attack points, which is really powerful. Also, we run only 1 copy of the Winged Dragon of Ra Mortal Phoenix. We won't get to use this card a lot, but on situational occasions this card can really be powerful. But like I said, 1 copy, we don't need more, so that's enough. And from the new Legendary Duelist Rage of Ra, we play 3 copies of Guardian Slime. Now, Guardian Slime is one of the key cards of this deck. First of all, when you take battle or effect damage, you can special summon this card, which is really easy to summon. And also during battle, this card gains defense equal to an opponent's monster's attack during damage calculation, so it's very likely that this card will survive the turn. And also, when this card is sent from the hand or field to the grave, you can add 1 spell or trap from your deck that's lists the Winged Dragon of Ra in its text. Obviously, you can only use each of these effects once per turn. Pretty fair. This card is a solid card in the deck. You will need this card. So yeah, very powerful, and thanks to Guardian Slime you can also go to Egyptian God Slime, which I will show you later in the extra deck. Now, as for the normal monsters of this deck, we run 3 copies of Reactor Slime, basically what this card does is that during the main phase you can special summon 2 slime tokens, each with 500 attack and defense. However, you cannot summon other monsters for the rest of this turn except Divine Beast monsters. But since this deck is built around the Winged Dragon of Ra, which is a Divine Beast monster, then we have already bypassed this restriction. Also, during the battle phase we can tribute this card for a quick effect and set 1 Metal Reflex Slime from our hand, deck or graveyard, which can also be activated during the same turn. Now, another valuable normal summon in this deck would be 3 copies of Ra's Disciple. You summon 1, you summon the other 2 from the deck. So yeah, the only thing that this card is that it cannot be tributed. Also, it cannot be tributed except for the tribute summon of an Egyptian god card, basically Slifer, Obelisk, or the Winged Dragon of Ra. And also, while Ra's Disciple is on the field, you cannot special summon monsters except by the effect of Ra's Disciple. And that's all for the monster card lineup. Now, going to the spell cards, we run 3 copies of Ancient Chant. This is the main search of the deck. Once you activate it, you add the Winged Dragon of Ra from your deck to your hand, and if you do, you get an additional tribute summon during this turn. So either you summon Ra's Disciple or Reactor's Time, activate their effects, play Ancient Chant, and you have Winged Dragon of Ra guaranteed on board. As long as your opponent doesn't interrupt Ancient Chant, then it will be a different thing. Also, the secondary effect of Ancient Chant is that you can banish it from the graveyard, and should you tribute summon the Winged Dragon of Ra this turn, its original attack and defense become the combined original attack and defense of the monsters you tributed for its summon. And again, you can only activate 1 Ancient Chant per turn. Also, we run 2 copies of Blaze Cannon. This card works well for the first effect that this card will give to the Winged Dragon of Ra. Basically, it will make the Winged Dragon of Ra unaffected by an opponent's card effects. There are 2 other effects that this card will give to the Winged Dragon of Ra, which is that when an attack is declared, and which it involves the Winged Dragon of Ra, you can tribute any number of other monsters that did not declare an attack, and Winged Dragon of Ra gains attack to the tributed monsters combined original attack until the end of the turn. And also, after damage calculation, if Winged Dragon of Ra attacked, you can send all monsters your opponent controls to the graveyard. Again, this is a nice board wipe effect. However, you won't use it that much because you are really using this card mostly for the protection of the Winged Dragon of Ra, but you never know. Also, 3 copies of Millennium Revelation. I have seen and tried a different number of this card. Sometimes I tried with 1, sometimes with 2, but I find that 3 is optimal because we run 6 Divine Beast monsters in the deck, and you are likely to draw. If we draw the Winged Dragon of Ra, we don't need it that much in hand. So yeah, we can discard it and add 1 monster reborn from our deck to our hand. Also, Millennium Revelation lets you send it to the graveyard and special summon the Winged Dragon of Ra using Monster Reborn. However, Winged Dragon of Ra will be sent to the graveyard during the end phase. Yeah, so Millennium Revelation, 3 copies. It's really fair, it's really powerful, so I really recommend it. And with Millennium Revelation, we also play Monster Reborn. So, and the field spell of the deck is Mound of the Bound Creator. This card will definitely protect both Winged Dragon of Ra, Guardian Slime, Egyptian God Slime. So yeah, there's not much into it. And 1 copy of Terraforming to search for this card. Then we play 1 Caught by the Grave, Harpy's Feather Duster, and 1 Raigeki. So, like we said, we want to clear the field as soon as possible. Sometimes destroying spell and traps could be more valuable than destroying monsters. But Raigeki, sometimes you will need to destroy monsters, so we have the combination of both. Also, another card that I like to play in this deck is 2 copies of Tremendous Fire. Now, I have seen a lot of deck builds on the internet of the Winged Dragon of Ra, yet I haven't seen a single deck that plays Tremendous Fire. Really, I can't understand why. Tremendous Fire alone will definitely end you with the Winged Dragon of Ra. I will show you a combo after the deck profile. So yeah, Tremendous Fire is very powerful card in this deck. So yeah, I play 2 copies, it's enough. If I have 3, I might try. I have only 2, but with 2 I'm very fine and very happy. Now, those were the spell cards, and now on to the trap cards. So, for the trap cards, we start with 2 copies of Sun God Unification. Now, to be honest, this card is not really that powerful when compared to the other cards that we have in this deck, but surely it will come in handy, especially if you play Millennium Revelation and summon Winged Dragon of Ra from your graveyard. Basically, if you have the Winged Dragon of Ra, you can activate this card the turn it was set, and during the main phase you can pay life points so that you only have 100 life points left, and Winged Dragon of Ra, a special summoned Winged Dragon of Ra, will gain that much attack and defense, same as the normal summon effect of the Winged Dragon of Ra. However, if Winged Dragon of Ra is special summoned, you cannot use that effect, so Sun God Unification makes it so that you're using the effect. Also, Sun God Unification has a second effect in which you can tribute one Winged Dragon of Ra and you gain life points equal to its attack that was on the field. However, you cannot activate both of this card's effect in the same chain. So yeah, Sun God Unification is especially good with if Winged Dragon of Ra would be destroyed, you can tribute it and gain a bunch of life points to help you survive maybe another turn. Then I ran 2 copies of Metal Reflex Slime. Like Guardian Slime, Metal Reflex Slime can access to Egyptian Ghost Slime as well. And to finish off the deck list, we have 3 copies of Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is, I think, is the best monster negate that there is in the game currently, but you know, because of the price of Infinite Impermanence, you can play other cards like Effect Veiler, for example, which is a really good substitute to this card. So yeah, there are cards that can be played instead of Infinite Impermanence. I'm just playing Impermanence because I find it right for this deck, but you know, you can have a different opinion, or maybe you don't have Infinite Impermanence. Go for Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is really good. You can also go for other spell cards like Dark Hole to help you destroy the board. If you want, you can play 3 copies of Lightning Storm. This deck is really focused on going second because you want to dish out the OTK as soon as possible. So board wipe cards are really powerful. I do recommend them. So this was the main deck that we had, and now for the extra deck. Really, for the extra deck, all you need to run, and I'm running 2 copies of Egyptian Ghost Slime. So this card can either be fusion summoned by using an Aqua monster and a level 10 water monster, or you can also special summon this card from your extra deck by tributing one level 10 Aqua monster with 0 attack. And both Guardian Slime and Metal Reflex Slime, they are level 10 Aqua monsters with 0 attack, so you can see how you can access Egyptian Ghost Slime so easily. Also, this card can be treated as 1 or 3 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster. This is especially good for the Winged Dragon of Ra, since you have to tribute 3 monsters to summon it. Also, Egyptian Ghost Slime can't be destroyed by battle, and your opponent cannot target monsters for attacks or for card effects except Egyptian Ghost Slime. Really, the rest of the extra deck you can improvise, put any card you want or any card that you might feel. So yeah, that is the deck profile, and now I'll show you the combo with Tremendous Fire. Okay, so for this combo we need to open a hand with these 2 cards. So basically what you do is activate Tremendous Fire. Your opponent will take 1000 damage, but you are going to take 500 damage to your life points, and since we've taken damage, we activate Guardian Slime's effect, special summoning him that easily on the field. Now, by tributing Guardian Slime, we go for Egyptian Ghost Slime. And since Guardian Slime has left the field, we get to add an Ancient Chant to our hand, which then we can activate Ancient Chant, add the Winged Dragon of Ra, banish it, tribute Egyptian Ghost Slime, summon Winged Dragon of Ra with 3000 attack points, pay your life points, and if you still have 8000 life points, the Winged Dragon of Ra will go up to 10,900 attack points, which is quite powerful, so probably you will already be guaranteed an OTK. So that's why I've been recommending board wipe cards like Raigeki, for example, because you can activate Raigeki at the start, destroy your opponent's monsters, summon Winged Dragon of Ra, 10,900 attack points, and yeah, it's definitely an OTK. Okay, so that's going to wrap up today's video. I hope you did enjoy this deck profile. Like and subscribe and hit the notification button for more content. And yeah, if you have any opinion about this deck, let me know in the comment section below. And I will see you on the next video.